Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is Sarah from Aura Beauty and today I'm going to be doing this rose gold nude eye type of glam today. It's going to be very light base, but I am going to be reviewing the Nudie Patootie Palette by Laura Lee Los Angeles, and I'm also going to swatch all the shades for you. So if you want to see how to get this look and see the swatches, then just keep on watching. So I've already applied my foundation. I applied the Wet n Wild Photo Focus in the color Buff Bisque, my favorite drugstore foundation at the moment. I'm trying other ones, so that may change. Then I've already buffed that in with the Eco Tools sponge, which I'm still loving. Now I'm going to go in with the Instant Age Rewind in the color Light. Just conceal underneath my eyes. Okay, now that I put down that concealer, I'm gonna go ahead and set it. I'm using the Wet n Wild Contour Palette. And you get these two beautiful shades. One's a banana and then one is like a bronzer. I'm gonna use both of these. First, I'm gonna use the banana shade to set my under eyes and around my face a little bit. And I'm gonna go in with the Morphe Y11. It's this perfect, like, rounded, tapered brush, but it's very small. It gets right underneath the eyes. So I'm just gonna blend out any lines that I may have underneath there before I put powder over them. Basically, everywhere that you put the concealer, you want to put some powder. Okay, since we're already using this palette, I'm going to go ahead and go with the bronzy shade. I'm going to use the Morphe Gilded Collection Y in the Y5 brush. It's a nice small brush, so I like to use this for bronzer. Take a little bit. This has a lot of pigment. This is not a first impressions. I've used this before. I've been really enjoying this palette, and it's only what, like $4.99, super affordable. And then I just take this because I didn't do any cream contour, so I'm kind of going to do a little bit more dense, not dense, a little bit more of a darker, and then gradiate, like darker towards my ear. And slowly gradiate out. You see how much it really just defines your face, and it gives you this whole new shape, and it's really beautiful. It really helps you accent what you already have. Excuse me. It really helps you accentuate what you already have, and I really love this, and it's super affordable. Wet n Wild has been just blowing me away. I always am in the drugstore. I'm always looking for new things from the drugstore because, let's be honest, like, especially when you're just learning how to do makeup, I mean, you don't want to go and purchase really expensive things and then, you know, kind of sort of be stuck with them. I mean, you can return, but I mean, some people just don't like to do that. So it's really nice whenever, you know, you can get really great stuff from the drugstore. Also, I like to review things like a couple of times before I go out and purchase them. Like these brushes, I mean, I spent days researching which brushes like I wanted to try, and then of course Laura Lee, I watched her videos, and then I got these. Like, you just kind of have to do your research a little bit. There's plenty of wonderful YouTubers on here that they really know their stuff, and they're going to recommend you really great stuff, and a lot of them don't have any kind of, they don't have anything to gain from it. So there's my 2 cents on that. So I'm just gonna brush through my eyebrows just a little bit. I'm not gonna carve them out. I'm not gonna fill them in today. Tomorrow I'm getting my little bit of blush to the face. I'm gonna use the Physicians Formula blush. It's such a beautiful shade, and I love the way that they kind of lay, it was like a multi-layer. Now when I first got this, I will not lie, there were little gold pieces of glitter on the top surface. So I just took a brush that I wasn't using and I just kind of like wiped off those glitter marks, because if you're like me, I don't want like chunks of glitter on my cheeks
To be like, people is gonna shine them right in the face right when they see you. So
just take your brush and kind of go over it, and the glitter comes right off, and then underneath there's no more flecks of glitter. See Y4, and I'm just going to dab a little. Not too much comes off on the brush, but actually I like that in a blush because I don't want a lot of color right immediately. I like to build up my blushes, but it's still got a pretty good pigment. And these are really blendable. This is not like a first try on. I've tried these, I've used this a couple of times. You see, it just gives you a nice pop of color right there on the center of your face. Now for the moment that we have all been waiting for, I am going to review the Laura Lee Los Angeles Nudie Patootie Palette. Just look how big this palette is. And look at how it like glimmer. Do you see that? I think that is so cool. You see how the light like hits it and catches it? It almost looks like the letters are moving. It's super cool. So when you open up this palette, this is obviously not my first time. You get this really nice mirror, and this is obviously not my first time, but you do get a couple different kinds of, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 matte colors. Let's say three like pressed glitters, and then these two are just like shimmer colors. And this one, it's like, this one is kind of, you can't really see it right now, but it's more of a combination between a shimmer satin combo, and this one, it's really interesting. I think I'm gonna use this today. Set my eyes with a cream color. This is the single shadow from the Wet n Wild collection in the shade Brulee. And I always go in with a shade like this, and I'm gonna show you. Like, she has some really nice light shades in here. The only like critique that I would have is that she doesn't, for me, have a shade like this in here. And I feel like a nude palette really should have a shade like this in here, but still, nonetheless, a very beautiful palette. I just have to take my single shadow with me. And the Jaclyn Hill palette was the same way, but still, like, that was an amazing palette nonetheless. So I'm just gonna take this really dense, large brush, and I set my eye with this brush. This was one of the first brushes I ever purchased, and it's like the brush I use every single eye look. And you see why I need that, excuse me. Do you see why I need that nice light shade? Because it hides all of that vascularization. Just this one single eyeshadow will for sure be in my favorites. Everything looked nice and flawless. I also use that color to blend out, you know, any harsh lines whenever, and I use this brush just to blend everything out. I've really been liking it. So now let's go in with the palette. So I'm gonna start with a pretty medium fluffy brush. This is the Morphe Gilded collection, the Y13. I'm gonna go in with streaking and then also undress. I'm just gonna mix the two, knock off the dust. Now, this doesn't have a lot of fallout. This palette does not have a lot of fallout at all, and it has a lot of pigment. And they're really soft and creamy, and they blend super easily. Laura, you did such a great job on this palette, honestly. If you're watching, she put a lot of hard work into this palette. And you see, like, I'm not even like, when you get good eyeshadows like this, it's almost like you don't have to work as hard. Just the blend, it just blends for you. Do you see how it just blend, like, I don't even need to go on the top with this color. It's just that perfect. I'm gonna do a rose gold halo eye with this. So what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put Jaybird in the center of my eye. This shade, it's unbelievable. And then I think I'm gonna do like a mixture of buff and butt naked, like on the outer edges. And right over the top of where I'm gonna put the halo, I'm gonna put the color Bear. And that's this beautiful like peachy, pinky color. It's so pretty. So to do the outer and inner corners of my halo eye, I'm going to take this Morphe Y18 from the Gilded Gold collection. It's nice, kind of like flat but dense. And I'm going to take first the matte brown Butt Naked. And I get it on the brush, and you see there's not any fallout that came out of the pan, which is really nice. I'm just gonna put it right here on the outer corner of my eye. You see how pigmented the color is? It's really nice, really, really, really nice. And, you know, I'm taking this color on the inner part of my eye now. See, and I'm leaving the center pretty much completely free of any color, as much as I can at least. And then from there, I'm just gonna take a clean, fluffy brush. This is the Y17, and I'm just gonna go over those edges and I'm gonna blend them out. I'm gonna go in with this Real Techniques like flat packing brush. It doesn't have any number or anything on here, but it just looks like this one. And I'm gonna go in with Bear. I mean, look at this, look at how much pigment's on here. And there's a little fallout, but it's not like crazy. And I'm just gonna go right here on the center of my eye with that color. Do you see that? Do you see how it just lays on the eye like that? Then I'm gonna go in with the Y20 brush. It's like a pencil brush, but it's a little bit larger than the other pencil brush that I have, which is the Y22. And I'm gonna go in with the shade Buff onto this brush, and this one doesn't come off as pigmented, but I'm sure it's not going to seem like that in a minute. And I'm just going to define this crease. Oh, this has a little bit of shimmer in it, so I'm not going to be taking it up too far. I'm going to do a little brow bone highlight with the shade Stark from the Nudie Patootie Palette. This is like going right under here where that arch is. It's really just gonna give your eyes a lifted appearance. You see how that just makes my eye look a lot more lifted than this one does. I'm gonna wet my brush a little bit. I'm gonna use the opposite side that I didn't use for Bear, because I'm gonna use it again for the other eye. When you wet that brush, like, it is going to take it to another level. And now I'm going to take that color right on the edges of that Milani. Oh my God. Like, the way that Jaybird elevates a look, it's stunning. It is stunning. And I'm just placing this around the Milani, so that right in the center the Milani is still peeking through. And then I'm gonna go one final time into the Milani, and I'm just gonna go right here and I'm gonna tap right in the center one more time, just look a little bit more cohesive. So I'm gonna finish up the lower lash line with that pencil brush. And first I'm going to start with the shade Streaking and kind of give myself like a transition shade on the bottom lash line. And then Undressed right in the outside of that, make it really blended. A fine eyeliner brush, it's like little flat one from the Morphe Gilded, the Y21, and I'm going to go in with Butt Naked, And I'm really gonna define that lower lash line right as close as you can get. All right, and back on that lower lash line, I'm gonna go into the shade Buff. I'm just gonna go like connect the outer. I'm not gonna take this too far in, this color. I still want this to be a soft look, but it has this beautiful glitter in it that like I really think makes your eyes sparkle. It's really pretty. And this is how the eye look looks. I'm gonna put on some eyeliner and I'm gonna do the other eye, and then I'll be right back to finish up the look. Okay, so that is both eyes done. I really like how this came out. Looks really, really, really nice. And now I'm just gonna take this Flower Beauty Seal the Deal Long Lasting Setting Spray, and I'm gonna spray it on my sponge. And I'm just gonna pat over my face a little bit. This is not only gonna set the powders into my face and make everything nice and cohesive, it's also gonna make my face a little bit damp. So when I'm applying the
highlighter to my face, the highlighter is going to start making me glow. And the type of glow that you can see from here all the way up this face.
That kind of glow. That's my mission in life. That would be great. All right, so I'm gonna take this Milani Master Chrome, and this is in the color Molten Rose Gold. Oof, that one is really good. I'm just gonna pop this on my inner corner. Nothing makes a look complete like an inner corner highlight. Nothing. Beautiful. All right, I'm gonna dust this over my cheeks now. Take this fan brush from Morphe, the Y13 from the Gilded collection, and the other one was a Y22. And I'm just going to sweep this along my cheeks.
I mean, nobody can deny
how amazing this highlighter is.
Okay. Forehead, right here on the side of my forehead. Take a little bit of that highlight right on the bridge of my nose, and I'm going to take that fan brush and I'm just going to blend it down my nose. I like that. I don't want to go on the tip of my nose. And then I get my Cupid's bow. Oof, look what it does to your Cupid's bow. There's something about a highlighter. I'm also gonna put, just for a little bit of moisture, this Yes to Primrose Lip Oil, and I found this on accident and I can't stop using it. And I'm gonna use two different shades. I'm gonna use the Milani Matte and Innocent. Comes in a little package like this, and it's nice and dirty. Thank you. Try this again, Sarah. Comes in a nice like the packaging. Milani for me is the best drugstore lipsticks I have ever tried. And then I'm going in with this NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream. Comes in a package like this, and this is the color Buenos Aires. I'm not gonna go in with a lip liner today. And if you want to see this Milani lipstick, look at that lipstick. So pretty. All right, I'm going to take my hair down and I'll be right back, and we're going to do some swatches, and then this video is done. Okay guys, from this Nudie Patootie Palette, the first shade that I am going to, oof, did you see that? The first shade that I'm going to be going into is this Brow Bone highlight that I used. This is called Stark. It's really, really pretty. And when you moisten your finger, it's even better than that. Then I'm going to go into the shade Undressed. It's a nice matte shade, and it's super creamy. Like, you can feel, look at that matte. Like, it's so creamy, it's so nice. All right, then I'm gonna go into the shade Topless. This is that glittery shimmer shade. Okay, then I'm gonna go into the shade Streaking. Okay. you see it? It's very close to the actual color of my arm. Sorry, that palette was starting to get heavy. So now I'm gonna go into the very next shade. This is called Uncover. See that? So beautiful. It's got more of a rose gold undertone, but these two are definitely similar, but this one definitely has like more of a duochrome, like silvery pink reflex. The next color is Strip, and this is a beautiful mustard yellow shade. And she did a beautiful one. The Jaclyn Hill palette has a very similar mustardy shade. I will say that the Laura's mustard shade is a little bit more buttery. Like, you can feel the texture of her shadows. Definitely a lot of love went into this palette, and I really appreciate it. Next shade is called Bear. Oof. Do you see that? There's like nothing on my fingers or anything. All right, now we're gonna start going into some really fun colors. So I'm gonna rinse this off, and then I'm gonna swatch the last row of colors. I swatched this top layer already. Now I'm gonna finish up with these bottoms, and this is where you have these really beautiful pressed glitters. First one is the color Exposed. I'm like so excited about this right now. Actually, I just need to turn a little bit more so I can see it.
Oh God, it's so beautiful. Why is that so beautiful? I have nothing on my finger or anything like that. It's so pretty.
Next, I'm gonna go in with this goldy shade called Au Naturel. It's like this goldy bronze. Oh my God. This beautiful goldy bronze shade. It's just perfect. Like it's perfect. It's a perfect shade. I'm just gonna swatch Jaybird. I'm skipping over Reveal, and I'm going straight to Jaybird, which is that color that I put on my eye, and then towards the middle, it's got this beautiful reflex of rose gold and regular gold in it. And then I'm also going to swatch the shade Buff. The other ones they're the same kind of matte formula. They're just dark browns, and I think I'm gonna skip over the swatches. But this shade is really special. It's called Buff. I'm gonna go in with this one. And this one, I really like this shade. Like, I really like the shade. The way that the glitter sits inside of the shadow, it really, do you see it? And it's super pigmented, and the way it sits on your eye, and you can see the sparkly glitter like reflecting in the light, and it just kind of brings it to life, especially on the lower lash line. I really love it. I don't know if you can tell in camera, but in person it is very sparkly, and I like it. Well guys, I really hope that you enjoyed this video makeup tutorial with this rose gold kind of brownish smoke on the outside corner, and this review of the Nudie Patootie Palette. I love this palette. This was not a first impressions. I have been using, trying, playing, and loving these colors. Laura, you did an awesome job with this palette, and congratulations. I think that it was money well spent, and I definitely reach for this very often, and I really want to thank you for that. If you guys want to see any more tutorials or any more videos, just keep on watching, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and also hit the post notification bell so that you can see every time I upload a video. And I also wanted to thank you guys so much for all of the nice comments that you guys made on my other videos. This is something that I've been wanting to do for a very long time, and I really appreciate all of the support. So thank you, and without further ado, I will see you next time. Bye.